I kind of just wanted to go into one of my favorite shows, Berserk. Griffith, honestly, one of my favorite characters of all time. Kind of a quote he says. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but he basically says, "Men who don't have dreams are pretty much just dead, or just dead in general." And I honestly, that one quote changed my life because it's the truest thing I've ever heard. I mean, you look at people who have no dreams, no ambition, they are failures and are already dead, he says. Um, I feel like to be able to succeed in your life, you have to have your own dream. And this kind of goes back to the last video I said, you need to figure out your dream and what your like ambitions are and why you want to live. People who have no dreams and no desires are basically coasting through life and are pretty much dead just in general. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, this also comes, I say, surrounding yourself with these type of people who have no dreams and have no desires, you're also better off dead because you're going to kind of go in their hole. There's some people in my life. um, I guess going into another thing, what Griffith says is a true friend is someone who is equal to you. And I honestly also believe that because if you're friends with people who are a lot less than you, and not because, you know, not because they don't want to, like, they're not talented, but because they don't try. I feel like those type of people that don't try anything, they don't care, they don't, they just do drugs and I don't know, just sit around all day, no job, you know what I mean? Those type of people, if you're surrounding yourselves with total bums, you're just a bum yourself. And it's not, oh, you might be a bum. No, it's like human psychology. The people you surround yourself with, you will be like. So if you look at my life, I surround myself with a lot of people. I don't do drugs. I've never done a drug in my life because I feel like it's just it's a total waste. There's also a lot of stuff that's happened to me and my family and all that sort of stuff. But looking at it from a logical perspective, there's literally no point. There's 0 point. But that's a whole nother video. Um, I surround myself who think the same way as me. So most of my friends are hardworking, ambitious, kind of on that same level as I am. Now, I honestly think no one is on the same level as I am. That's not even really an ego thing. That's just something I've seen. No one has the same, dream. I think about my dreams and my goals literally probably 24/7. There's not a time where I'm not thinking about that. And I think that's not the perfect way to live. I think there's wrong in that because if you're always thinking about it, there's a lot of stuff you won't be able to enjoy, and you won't be able to have as much fun as you would if you didn't. There's a happy balance there, and I honestly think I think about it way too much. So I'm not saying that as like a flex, like, oh, I'm so much better than you. I think about this. No, like it honestly has probably limited me in some cases. So yeah, kind of my point was have your dreams, bro. And people, sometimes if your dream or goals are, unrealistic, it doesn't matter. People are going to laugh at you. People are going to call you crazy. You got to tell them, bro, you're not, or I'm not crazy. You're just not me. I mean, that's a David Goggins quote. And I honestly live my life like that all the time. People will laugh at you no matter what you do. I bet, people are laughing at me right now, and I don't care, because I've learned that the only person that matters is you. Not in like a selfish way, but I mean, you can control you. You can't control anybody else. So stop trying to control everyone when they're not you. Control yourself. Be the person you want to be, and don't let anyone stop you. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day. I just got out of the shower, low key. I'm thinking about, growing this little beard. I honestly, like, shave every, like, 2 days. This is, like, 3 days, no shave. I'm thinking about maybe keeping it. I'm not sure. Um, But I do have like a huge presentation, like a 30-minute like professional presentation Monday, so I'll probably have to shave it by then. But all right, peace.